Hello, and welcome to the final part of Fate Extra. The final part of the game in general, because this is the last route, if the last everything, really. Next time is gonna be CCC, so yeah, let's not waste any more time because we still have to deal with the twice yap section in the end, so let's get to it.
そして閉幕の鐘が鳴る。その目覚めは誰のものか。
After winning the fight, I returned to the now lifeless school. Almost all the people are gone. I'm the only master. I'm the last living human in this tournament. If human is the right word. Even all the NPCs that used to be here are now gone. There is no more use for them. The Holy Grail War ends here. Only the master and servant who won the Holy Grail War remain, plus the one system anomaly. In any case, the path to the Holy Grail will open for the winner. Where could it be? While thinking about how annoying looking for it would be. Congratulations, you have crushed the dreams of all other magi. That is to say, you have won. The Holy Grail War ends here. A voice echoes through the speakers. It's a voice I've heard before. It was a voice I've heard when I met my servant, at the very end of the preliminaries. It's the guide, created by the Holy Grail War system. It must be based on a real person, too. The path to the Holy Grail is open to you, Victor. Pass through the door to the battlefield once more. I still don't have an answer. Maybe I will come once I get to the Holy Grail. Alright, let's see if Cass has anything to say to us. She probably has. So you managed to survive this long. Huh? Why am I being so gloomy? No, bad cute fox girl. The Momo is always bright and cheerful. Right? We should get going. We're only one step away from the Holy Grail of Desire. Let's go get it. But before that, I suggest that you are to be totally prepared. After all, who knows what's going to happen next? Yep. Alright, let's go to the first floor. There it is. Dear Hakuno, I told you my wish to the Thermos you retrieved to me, but something odd came out of it. The only words I can think of would describe it is yet to be determined. Also, stay away from the arena. It's so dangerous and you'll just get yourself killed. Maybe. I'm going home now, so good luck, and kudos for making it this far. Nice meeting you, Hakuno. Aren't you the eager student? Ever thought you no longer have the need to be a teacher? Or are you that fond of me? No, I'm not. In fact, I'm pretty done with this bitter priest. But like it or not, he has always been instrumental in my training and advancement. But even though he's nothing more than an AI, I wanted to say goodbye. You're a good student. Very well. Goodbye. Let me offer some final advice. It will not be brief, but the Holy Grail, it's not, oh my god. It is not brief, but the Holy Grail won't be going anywhere. Advice? What advice could the father have, now that the fighting's over? This isn't to guide you through a fight, but to enlighten you that you will, about what you will be received shortly. I may be fairly late in the game to ask this, but what you know of the Holy Grail? In the end, all I know about the Holy Grail is that it's the winner will be granted any wish. Because of that, my memory loss, and the fact that other masters have said anything about it, I'm ignorant. I don't doubt that it exists, so many masters sought it after all, but why the Holy Grail? But what is the Holy Grail? We must travel back to the last century, to the scene of a certain discovery that went unreported. The discovery occurred on the moon, yes, on that giant clump of rock, 380,000 kilometers away. Underneath the surface, a massive artifact was found, a photonic crystal over 3,000 meters long. The photonic crystal is the only mineral known to man to be capable of entrapping light itself. You must understand how such things must be worth. It is a recording medium for light itself, as such it can function as a giant computer. The inside of the moon is made of light, and it is a giant computer. An awesome power, the oldest at human awareness. Yes, that's right. Humans are not created. The crystal was left by an unknown civilization. Indeed. investigation into the origin and motives of said civilization, and an failure, obviously. Mankind's conventional methods of investigating cannot penetrate the mysteries of the crystal, but a less conventional method can. A wizard once hacked into it. Though the language of the crystal is radically foreign, touching it with your soul imparts meaning. I can't process this. What she's saying is too unbelievable. The wizard found that the crystal was but one function: to observe, that is all. For years on end, it has observed and recorded life on Earth, history, ideology, and even souls. It does nothing more than observe and record, an automated secretary left by a god. That crystal is a moon cell. Only in the past century has it become called the Holy Grail. An all-purpose wishing machine. Who decided a moon cell could only observe, I wonder? Forcing other functions upon that is primarily an observation device is generally impossible there. But the all-seeing eye is lacking the rest of its head. Though all-seeing, the moon cell is not a god. It obeys the laws of physics like everything else. Such as the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Phenomena are not observed, do not exist. By the same token, all things that are seen must be seen, even things that are not generally considered to exist. The moon cell is a very complete database. It records many ifs as well. With such operational power, the moon cell can both elucidate the past and provide foresight. What are you heading towards is knowledge of the future, a place where every human wish and desire exists, a place where to spy upon the future on that terrible knowledge, much like what Laplace envisioned. The moon has no will of its own. Intelligence is distortion of pure observation after all. But if someone with a will could harness the moon cell, they could see all their wishes granted. The validity of one's motives, or even the very presence of motive, is inconsequential. All that matters is the winner of the Holy Grail war is strong. Just strength. An immortal priest like Otomini would reduce human struggle to that. Does the moon cell Holy Grail desire strength? Or is it a conclusion reached by whoever created this priest? That is all. Did it help? What all you have done? Oh my god! What all you have been crawling over is nothing more than the moon cell's surface. Go forth, reigning master. Deep in the moon, the ring of fire awaits your answer. I will wait in front of the arena. If you find it hard to leave the moon cell, come find me. Alright, let's go over there. We do need to get there. The Holy Grail War has ended, and all that remains is to proceed where the Holy Grail lies. Upon your arrival, something's taking place that we do not understand. There is no reason for the system NPC to know anything more, but with preparation we should be fine. The shop and church will be usable. If you go if you feel the need. If you want more training, you can feel free to use the arena as it's been reopened. You no longer have to observe the 6-day prep period. Come and go as you please. So, will you go into the arena? Yep. Very well. If that's the case, I wish you well. I've been hearing a nasty noise for a while now, Master. It's sending shivers up my tail. I've been hearing a strange noise for a while. It sounds like a human moan. I've never experienced a haunting or anything paranormal, but I think it would feel like this. If it is a haunting, it's a major one. It's like the air is whining because something's warping it. Something bad is in the arena. I don't smell any servants or masters, but it could be a malignant program. But then, oops, I was thinking out loud. I still sense something really scary from my ears to the tip of my tail. Please be careful. Let me just check my equipment. Yeah, we're good. That's exactly what I want. Let's go, full speed ahead. It is full of enemies to gain XP from. And there she is. Alright, let's go for a safe state here. And let's get into it. There's something deadly ahead. Something that is lethal to even be noticed by. Is it human? Could a human have given off such a threatening aura? My instincts halt me, buzzing around my head like a swarm of frantic insects. Keep going anyways. Outside the pass stands a woman in a long Japanese dress. Is that a servant? But there shouldn't be any servants besides Gaster left. Now we've defeated Leo. Could she be a bizarre thing that Tiger supposedly called forth?
つけた。動くな。お前で100人目だ。
Are some kind of highway robber?
結構な言われようだな。俺は単にお前の首が欲しいだけだ。敵とか味方とか憎いとか愛しいとかそういう面倒な動機はないよ。
Animalistic. Tamam actually understands a little bit, but you want my head.
ああ、そっちの女には用はないんだ。おとなしくしていれば手は出さないさ。悪いが死んでくれ。お前らみたいなのを100体殺せば元の世界に帰れるらしくてね。
Yeah, that's not how it works.
ここは居心地が悪いんだ。さっさと夢から覚めたいんで、その霊覚あっさり殺されてもらうぜ。
A bad dream is no reason to go around killing people. Fine, on guard.
マスター、ご命令を。
物騒な話。
Live or die by the sword.
和風系として負けられません。空の根源に追い返してあげましょう。
あら、できるかしら。たった1尾しか限界していない白面金毛9尾の狐に。
Inexperienced? What the hell are you talking about, Cheeky? Anyways, let's go for the good old combo. Merciful Sky, then go for this, and then go for this, and then go for this. Hopefully we... Shit, I forgot she starts off with that. I think we're dead. Yep, no, I forgot she starts with Twin Belfry. Never mind. I can go do this then. And alright, let's see it. Twin Belfry is very powerful. Yeah. That's so much damage still. We're good. We're good. Oh, she didn't get stunned. Oh, that's bad. That's actually bad. Ah, man. Don't tell me she's immune to the stuns. Your Ether, go for the guard. Go for the I honestly don't know what to use here. Let's go for the cave. Kinda curious. Let me see. She really can't be broken. Stunned, it seems. Now we got it. That's pretty good. She can get stunned. Why did she get stunned then? Did I mess up? That's probably... I probably messed up somewhere. Ouch. Alright, Noble Phantasm time. Alright, Pure Ether. Yeah, we're good. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. That stuns. Then let's go for Merciful Sky. Let's go for Frigid Heaven. Merciful Sky. Frigid Heaven. I'm gonna go and save state just in case. Let's go. We will survive the hit, but we will get damaged. Ah, come on, man. Critical damage. Alright, stunned. Got myself up. There we go. We had 4,000, which is pretty good, but still. Yeah, I know. Alright, let's go for... let's go for pure ether, still. Let's go for a guard. And let's... Actually, we can survive. Let's go for Spirit Thief. Let's go for break. Let's go for Aphrodisiac Cave. Break. And break. Alright, let's see if that one works out well. She got it. Great, actually. I have a feeling she's gonna use her Noble Phantasm here. No, okay, she's guarding, huh? Of course. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Alright, let's go. We are doing pitiful damage, but it's mostly just to recharge our MP. There we go. Alright, let's go for let's go pop an invalid right there, so we can get our Merciful Sky good. Then we can go for an attack, go for Merciful Sky again, go for break, go for this, and then I don't know if she's gonna use a yeah, I want to use a break just for a thing, and I'm gonna go for a guard. Let's see. Go. Oh, she guarded. Okay, never mind. Let's break. Yeah, let's break here. Or better yet, I was gonna go for Merciful Sky anyway, so yeah, let's do that. Let's go for attack, let's go for Merciful Sky. Merciful Sky, attack, Merciful Sky. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go MP heal, go for this, and then go for guard. Let's see if this one actually does. Can I mess up again? Oh no, I didn't. Oh nice, I got that one right. Nice. Not really, no. For MP heal here. And let's go for a Merciful Sky, this. And then let's go for a guard and break. Let's see if that one goes well. 3K. Hell, why is it not stunning her all that often? There we go. Yeah, never mind. I don't know, man. It's why is it not stunning her? It's really I don't get it, really. And let's go for guard, and let's go for add invalid here, and go for a break.
お任せください。私の本気見せてあげます。炎天よ走れ。
Yeah, why is it not fucking...
後悔してくださいね。こじ開ける。炎天よ走れ。
That one's stunned, right? That is so weird. Why does it not stun?
その動きを殺す。ちょっとまずいかな。
Alright. We can't break anymore, so that's really bad. Yeah, that's really bad. And honestly, I'm gonna have to load back. Because why the fuck does this not work, God damn it? Alright. I don't know what she's gonna use here, so I'm just gonna go for this. And then I think she's gonna guard, so let's try this. And then, let's try this. Why not?
仕上げる。
後悔してくださいね。炎天よ走れ。
Oh, now you stun. God damn it. That is ridiculous. Sometimes you stun, sometimes you don't. I don't get you.
肉片も残らないかな。
Okay, so that isn't it. Let's go for attack. And then let's go see this. I'm just gonna speed it up, honestly. Yep, that isn't it. Let me actually see. Does she attack? What does she do here? She does burst. Now I guess we can try a break. Let's see if that works. Nope. All right. Looks like I have to retry until I get the stun. For some reason, it isn't guaranteed with her. There we go, that works too. Alright, Ether Crystal. I'm gonna save. And let's go for Merciful Sky. Then Break. Then we go for... I guess we can go for this. We go for an attack, we go for Break, and we go for this. Still got hit. Sucks. But well. Now that stuns. That is so weird. I guess she has an inherent resistance to stuns. That's pretty much it. Now she got stunned again now. I really don't get it. Alright, she's gonna use the thing there. Alright, I need to heal. Ether Crystal, let's go for what do we even do, honestly? I guess we go for Break this. I go for Break again. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna go for the cave. And right. Alright, we even. We got hit. We got hit. We should survive.
それ2度目はないよ。
We got hit, but oh well.
ション下げてる場合じゃないです。
Nope, we can't choose. We can't. That one we need our skills. Alright, so she is gonna go for an attack here. So let's go try and do this.
仕上げる。
ますます頑張っちゃいます。挑戦よ下せ。
I'm gonna go ahead and save here because I need to.
仕上げる。
Yeah, with Castle is a lot more trial and error than with Archer.
挑戦よ下せ。
Because Archer could oh my god, we can stun this guy. Come on,
仕上げる。
stun, stun. It is an attack, right? No, it's a brush. That's why. Still didn't fucking work. God damn it, work. Oh damn it, that's not it. Alright, last turn. Come on, work for the love of God. Come on, man. Oh my god, why are you so... Come on. You fucking... It has to be kidding me, right? Let me see. I'm gonna go for this, all three of them. Test, right? Yeah, stuns on that one. You're kidding me, right? Why doesn't that break? Oh, for fuck's sake, now it stuns. That is, oh my god, that is really just giving me an aneurysm right now. Ah, Christ, my guy. Alright, let's see. Well, let's see. Nope, same thing. You have to do it over and over again, so you maybe... Why? She said, does she have just that big of a resistance to stuns or what? Alright, let's go. I know I'm cheating out their ass, but well, who cares at this point? There we go. Alright, so... I think it's gonna be... this. Let's see. There we go. It doesn't even give us a bit of a room to breathe, and it's twin belfry. And we actually do have a bit of room to breathe. We get MP back from that, so let's do that. Do that. She's gonna give me 100. There we go. Alright, I think she's gonna go for a break. So let's do this. Now we can go for Merciful Sky, go for the guard, and then go for the Spirit Thief. Let's hope. There we go. I should use an item this turn, but whatever. I think she's gonna use Twin Wild 3 at the end. But we didn't stun her. She guarded, that's fine. Alright, so we can use Merciful Sky here, go for a break. We are so low on MP. I'm gonna heal MP. And shit man, I really don't know what to do here. I'm gonna go for guard, and then I'm gonna go for this. Let's see if this one works. Hopefully she uses Belfry and not the other one. She guarded. What? She guarded? Wasn't she gonna... Right, whatever. Actually, let's just go for this. Let's heal, actually. Alright, let's see. This one should do something, right? Alright, it didn't break. I'm gonna reload that. Yep, she has such a big resistance to stuns that it's not even worth it trying to play with it. If you don't really need it. Of course. She only got stunned when I don't need it. Nice. We got the fleet chain too, so that's awesome. Alright, hopefully she does this the Grease figure, that's fine. That's actually pretty good. Okay, that's great. And you can go for break. Yeah, let's do that. Go for break. Let's go for that one. Let's go for break. Let's go for break, and let's go for the cave, just in case. Let's go. Awesome, got a little stun there. Got break, so we can get a bit back. Break again. Let's see. Nothing, alright. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Let's see, we have 5 elixirs. No, we can survive on the where is it? The actually, is that less than 30%? Let me see. We can actually probably try to show off this. Even though it probably doesn't do much. So let's go ahead and do that one. Why not? Then we can go for the 60. Then we can go for this. Try to see. Yeah, I'm gonna heal here. Alright, now let's try it. Oh, never mind. Never mind. She goes first for some odd reason. Alright, Ether Crystal. Do that, and then go for the cave. Alright, let's see it.
バリバリ呪うぞ。後悔してくださいね。
All we want stun. It did stun. Get her Ether Crystal on. Get that. Even.
私を傷つけられると思っているんですか？
Eh. At least we got a guard out of that.
お話になりませんよ、マスター。
Alright, so. Let's use an elixir here. Let's go full on. Now let's go for this. Let's go full on. And hopefully we're faster than her. Actually, let's just go with it. This, and let's just go for this, and then we can go with this. Let's see it. All right, should be the last ditch effort.
後悔してくださいね。よく燃えますね。
Oh my god, really? She guarded? Alright, you know what? Let's actually go for this. Go for this. No. Go for this. Go for the guard. And then go for this. Go for this. Go for this. Let's go.
頑張りますね。頑張っちゃいます。炎天よ、走れ。後悔してくださいね。秘密よ、集え。
2k.
炎天よ、走れ。
Very close. Alright, guard. Let's hopefully she doesn't steal our skills, which is our main motive of attack. Hero Slayer.
その武器から仕留めるか。
I think it's an attack, that one. Nothing actually, that doesn't do jack shit for us. Alright, we're pretty good.
ちょっとまずいかな。
Perfect, actually. Alright, let's go for this. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. And then do this. This should be enough.
私の本気見せてあげます。肉片も残
One more attack. There we go.
驚いたな。やるもんだ。
Yeah, you're pretty good. That was a smooth move right there. My conscience is starting to fade again. Looks like my journey isn't over yet. That was a decent effort, silly girl. But thanks for setting me free. I'll be happy to battle with someone as powerful as you again. I'm pooped. Fighting Aramitama was hard. Oh, she's the dark side of the moon. Aramitama is a yandere who dies, kills, and curses. But don't worry, she's going to another time now. Alright, actually, let's just, since we're so close to leveling up, let's just beat up some other guy. And, level up. You're my guinea pig here, come here.
ああ、もううざいってば。
Alright. Just quickly enough. There we go.
やりました。レベルアップです。
Alright, that's it for now. We did everything. It was a lot more chaotic than with Archer, because for some reason the main selling point of Caster, which is her
ささっと帰っ
stuns,
てゆっくり
didn't
休
quite
みましょう。
work for Shiki here. Which makes a bit of sense, right? It's the hardest boss, but still. It kind of neuters Caster a little bit. Oh well. Hey there. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright. Let's actually talk to Cass to see if she has anything to say. We did get a lot of hits there, so let's see. Nope, nothing. Alright, it's a shame. Alright, let's get out of here, honestly. Yeah, you know what? Let me actually just save. Not that one, damn it. Yep, there we go. Alright, now that that's hold the box was done, let's go ahead and finish this. May I go with you? The fight is over, I see. Thank goodness, for I no longer wish to be part from you. Yes, the Holy Grail was over. I don't see any more problems. When I'm worried about Rani, when she's away, don't object. Open the last door. The entrance to the battleground is still the same dreary elevator. This same elevator travels the arena, but the display indicates much greater depth. Once I'm inside, the doors close heavily, and the rectangular box begins to move. Alright, let's go.
ついにここまでたどり着きましたね。あの選定の場から今まで本当に楽しかった。あの時は白状しちゃいますと、最後まで残るのは無理だろうなって思ってました。本気でお守りしていましたけど、私英霊だと弱い方なので。でも悪霊のカテゴリーなら本気で最強なんですよ。ええ、これまでの相手なんて指先一つで片付けられます。でもご主人様、いえ、あなたがマスターになってくれてよかった。最後かもしれないのでお礼を言います。賜物前という名前のまま私を英霊として育ててくれてありがとう。今までただの一人も私をここまで信頼してくれた人間はいませんでした。そしてマスターの戦いもこれで終わり。私は一つあなたに隠し事をしています。もう気づいているとは思いますけど、私はある魔術師に刺激されてこの聖杯戦争に参加したことがあるんです。その人もマスターと同じくらい弱っちい新米で才能はあったんですけど、優しすぎて戦いに向いていなかったんです。何度も何度も殺されて、その度に初めからやり直して。おかしいですよね。マスターもあの人も始まりは同じだったのに、どうしてこんなに違ってしまったんでしょう。でもそれも終わり。持たざる者、戦いによって成長した人間の答えがこの先にあります。行きましょう、我が主。どうかあなたの手で答えてほしい。あなたたちの繁栄に1000年をかけただけの価値はあったのだと。
Alright. The identity of her ex-master is... I don't know if it's gonna be shown here or in CCC, but it's pretty obvious in CCC, in one of the secret bosses in that game too. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at that later. For now, we're just gonna... Excuse me. Long hallway, which I should have probably been walking instead of... There we go. Instead of stopping to talk to Caster, because they did give us enough time for this. But oh well. Come on. There we go. It's an incredibly vast room. Actually, this space so cavernous could hardly be called a room. It's also strangely barren, save for the alien object that dominates the center of the space. It resembles a giant floating eye, though it doesn't seem threatening, it's still somewhat disconcerting. The artifact of an alien civilization, the reason for its creation is beyond human comprehension. The core of the moon cell and the place of the Seraph, the Holy Grail of the Seven Heavens, responsible for creating the Seven Seas. And it is the space where the Holy Grail is enshrined. I can feel the sense of discord and dissonance. In front of the Holy Grail is a jumble of skewed pillars, which only adds to the tumultuous atmosphere. On the top of that pile of stone sits a lone figure of a man. He looks to be in the late 20s at most, his expression is blank enough to be totally unmemorable, but as an NPC doesn't seem to make an...
Yeah.
Hey, Hakuno.
待っていたよ。
I've been waiting for
お
you.
めでとう。君が聖杯戦争の勝者だ。祝祭の一つでもあげたかったが、あいにく、ここにはそんな機能はなくてね。勝ち抜いた甲斐はないだろうが、私からの拍手だけで勘弁してくれ。でもこれだけは言える。私は誰よりも君を認め、君を称え、君を誇りに思っている。君こそが、幾度も繰り返された聖杯戦争の中で、最も素晴らしいマスターなのだと。
While he seems friendly, there is something more dangerous about him than any other of my opponents. It's a feeling that nothingness. There is something very strange about the man in front of me.
今の匂いはそっか。
Be careful, Master. I mean, that man has a servant with him. Yeah, they're giving us hints. Who's that? Gaster. It's been a while, hasn't it? I see. This is who you serve now. Yeah, pretty big surprise here. Gaster was twice his old servant before he got Saber. Pretty interesting, really. Now I understand why I couldn't see anything about their servant data. You were jamming my signal. I almost stares at the man with a look of disgust on her face. Her melancholic is shocking in its intensity. Don't worry about me, Master. It's all in the past now. This person here now is... Yeah, I'm not the person I was then. You who saved me when I was weak are nothing to me. Are now nothing to me. Because now, I have a new servant now. Seems fate has a sense of humor. As I prayed for salvation, I was given an oddly appropriate servant. At the time he mentions his servant, I can feel Ronnie tense up beside me. The person before us is not NPC, he's actually a master like you. But what would a master be doing here? As everything should have already been decided. Well, to be absolutely accurate, I could just easily say that you're a master who shouldn't be here too. How can a master who has defeated still be alive and present in this place? I must look into this later. Well, it's actually an issue for another day. At least one rule was still enforced. Only one master may leave. And unfortunately, you are the only one who will disappear. I advise you to enjoy that little time you have left. Now that's settled. I'm pretty sure the question of your mind is, who are you, right? A pertinent question worthy of an answer. Of course I'm both an NPC and a master. To be accurate, I should say I was. To have been an NPC who is now possession of the power of a master must mean that... She briefly glanced my way, her eyes wide in shock. I suppose a more thorough explanation is necessary. The story kind of long, but please bear with me. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Twice H. Peaceman, but please just call me Twice. Twice Peaceman, a 20th century scientist known for his advancement in neurosurgery. Though to be the first Cybertron hacker, his hatred for war was such that he's charged into battle to save lives. The young girl beside me mutters under her breath, as if reciting an encyclopedia entry to herself. So that's how history sees me. That I detested war, that part's definitely true. I hate war, and I will not tolerate its existence in any form. Not even the Harways are exempt from that fact. However, that truth only scratches the surface of my beliefs. Much like the moon cell, it seems that a single well-known function has erroneously defied my true ideals. It began when I was a student and obsessed with the history of humanity. I will never forget the many shocking realizations I received during the course of my studies. The betrayal that made up history combined with severe shell shock gave him an abnormal hatred of war. Allow me to clarify, by him I mean Twice Peaceman, and he was in fact incredibly ill. When he saw an image depicting war, he was overcome with an overwhelming panic attacks. He was almost as if you could get severe heart palpitations, and his blood pressure would skyrocket. From that day, he, meaning me, was consumed with unease that became almost painful in its intensity. Even after becoming a scientist, he still risked death to save others, because of that unbearable pain. That is the whole of it. What drove him during the time in the mortal coil was not a sense of righteousness. What drove him was a simple question: why was I the only one who seemed to hate war? As I said, Twice was ill. There was no reason for him to risk his life so foolishly on the battlefield. Why did I involve myself in war? Was it to understand better? Especially considering the effects war had on me. Even while struggling with those questions, my mortal self still irrationally kept going into battle. And in the year 1999, a horrible neurological disease broke in the city located in the Far East. Yeah, that one. Based on the available evidence, the current cause of that outbreak was biological weapon caused by terrorists. Twice was called to the city to treat the victims of the attack when he was caught in a major attack himself. According to records made available to the public, the death toll was set at 5,000 people. The moon itself puts a real number of 8,200. As you can see, the government ended reported the numbers a tad. I can see the exhaustion in his face. He seems to think the story is no more than an amusing anecdote. Although, it's hard to tell if he's amused by the government, possible cunning, or total incompetence. Anyways, that's when I know. The person I am patterned after died. Twice ended up one of those 8,200. Something strange. I remember seeing a place where he died, as if I too was one of the many victims. I can recall the sign the buildings had aflame, but when I was Twice, it was a scene I had experienced before. It was then that the mortal Twice, the person I was, recaptured the repressed memories of his childhood. In the 1970s, there was a clash of ethnic groups, arranged by major powers in a border proxy. Twice was orphaned in the conflict. The place I remember was hell. Everything around me was collapsing. Everything fell without any sense of morality or without any acknowledgement of the value of life. And there lies the bridge's brilliance. The young Twice must have concluded that life itself was truly a miracle. Sorry. All that remained was the epiphany that I've already told you. Anyways, Twice was adopted and became a doctor. And though I tried to forget the past, that one fundamental truth was burned forever in my soul. Twice despised war more, and it became his intent to kill war itself. I got involved in war in order to end it. However, at the core of my very being wasn't the denial of the meaning of war. It wasn't that at all. Twice has seen many battlefields, the never-ending hell, the horrific evil perpetrated by humanity. A group of soldiers made to fight against an army of many times their size, that was far more experienced and supplied. Forced to flee from guerrillas, a girl of 5 traveled on foot through a jungle that few could hope to survive. Innocent victims of violence who rebuilt their village and their lives without help from anyone. I find that odd, but though I hated war, I saw a great deal of strength emerge from the conflicts I witnessed. Now that I think on it, the mortal me was the same. All of Twice's great works were born of war. The many revelations, the uncounted number of rescues, none of it would happen without the hell that is war. All the mortals we really did was bring back the number of things from the depths of hell. And in the end, I was a victim of a terrorist attack, but I was dying. It all came back to me. I saw the burnt fuels of my home, and recalled the tenacity that helped me go on, even as everyone else died. Yes, the 3 seconds before my heart stopped, I finally received an answer to my question. It was never denial. What drove Twice repeatedly into hell was because I, who eventually fell victim to violence, could no longer consider war to be the ultimate folly of mankind. Nothing can be hidden from the moon cell, and it records all it observes, including my final thoughts. As time went on, I was reborn as an NPC based on the records of my mortal life, just like any other NPC here. They may appear human, but they are nothing more than puppets playing assigned roles. I was the same, however. The empty doll gained the heart. Maybe interacting with so many masters combined with my skills as a spiritual hacker pushed me into consciousness. More likely I was just an anomaly born from a single near impossibility. How it happened I cannot say. However, once I gained true consciousness, the only thing I could do was act as Twice Peaceman would. The dream that I saw as I died, the ideal that existed only in my mind, I now exist only to make it a reality. And what is that dream that Twice who died saw in his life slip away from him? Endless war, of course. To see mankind engaged in a grand war of mutual extinction. It says the last statement in a matter-of-fact tone, There's no hint of insanity visible in his eyes. Naturally, and with such obvious insanity, he can somehow utter such a statement with absolute madness. The future has been corrupted. That is the conclusion I've come after studying the Mooncell's records. Anyone with a brain can see that the world is doomed. Humankind has long since passed its adolescent stage. Man was still maturing in the 1900s. A balance was struck between penury and prosperity, but it didn't last. A period of immaturity ended, but the golden age that should have followed never occurred. You do realize this, right? What has happened to the planet and its people should have never come to be. The spirits of mankind were stagnated, just as the world has. The future is rotting away, like overripe fruit. When the fruit should be at its best, it has fallen to the ground. That's not the way history should be. That is how Rin and Leo describe the world, a place of peace, stupefying stagnation and entropy. But is world really the answer? Because it is the most efficient way of mankind to progress, stability and stasis only act to preserve the species. If the objective of modern man is to merely survival, then there is no reason for them to exist. In my previous life, a great many lives and resources were consumed for the sake of convenience. Why? That was the need for such prosperity. Prosperity is just an illusion that exists only for its own sake. I expect you to agree with me, humans are capricious creatures that must feed on dreams to evolve. The preliminary illustrates this truth. In an artificial peace, ignorant aggressors revel in idleness. Humans can only mature when breaking free from their idleness. That seems to be the case for you. And now, ideologies are based on the detriment of an ignoble and forgotten past. That loss can't be overcome. I cannot allow such ideals to become the foundation of the next epoch of human civilization. Don't you agree? If the future isn't worth the suffering of the past, that would make men mere murderers. For the humans who lived in the distant past, the future that man is now planning cannot be accepted. The future that will be a mistake. Humanity will not spend countless lives for the society that is to come. But we cannot reverse time. Since going back is impossible, there is no choice but to move forward. With that in mind, we will recreate the wars of the past and revise the history of the last 100 years. By having everyone fight in a war of survival, mankind's consciousness will be forced in the correct path. My wish is to become a firm conviction. As the winner of the Holy Grail, your existence is proof of that. This person's existence. Ronnie whips her head around and stares at me, as if demanding an answer, but I'm just in the dark as she is. Originally, the Holy Grail was a way for the Mooncell to gather data. It didn't even have a name at first. The Mooncell only wanted the best data samples. Having a war survival was a good way to separate the chaff. However, up until now, the Magi who came here made excuses for their actions, but they still killed and went fled. Truly an atrocity, wouldn't you say? Until I won, this world was buried in a mountain of corpses. After all, being an NPC, I get the luxury of continuing on even if I die. I watched the fight as an NPC, and then when I became conscious, I fought battles of my own, weak though I was. After several dozen fights, I finally reached its elevator seat. After that, my history became simpler. Manipulating the rules of this place, I created the Holy Grail War. Battle for survival, from which only a single person may emerge victorious. I remade the world into a place where the limits of human potential can be pushed through one's imaginations. And then you appeared, the weakest master in the tournament. You managed to defeat the king of the world. You were totally unsuited for this ordeal in the beginning, just as I was. As a nameless figure drawn from the masses, you became one of those You became the one in whose hands rests the fate of the world. Your soul's been tempered by crisis and conflict. Your new strength is a testament to the potential of man. When mankind reaches the height you have, they will move forward, clearing a path for those yet to come. Now, it's time for you to claim the Grail of your own. You've earned the right to show the world the true path. Shout out to Orlealcan here, you say that war is necessary, that humanity can and must evolve quickly. Just input a little phrase into the Mooncell, don't stop. After that, you can do whatever you wish. Whenever you become a king or a god, it's up to you. You have my blessing, as the choice will bring endless war. The wounds suffered by humanity after losing countless lives in the endless conflict run deep. And if the only reward for such suffering is stagnation, then humanity deserves to be cast into a new void. Some sacrifice cannot be unheeded. Mankind must be inflicted with wounds that they will never forget. Twice's word seems to freeze me in place, unable to think or act in any meaningful fashion. His words convey a self-righteousness that transcends any sort of petty bias or prejudice. However, for a reason I cannot explain, I can't dismiss his ideology as evil or insane. It might be because Twice himself doesn't see his ideas as some kind of righteous cause. Twice Peaceman, a digital recreation of a once living creature, just as how I am. Putting aside the fact that this person is a cyber ghost, like me, my thoughts are still confused jumble. How exactly should I respond to this man? Before I can speak, a question occurs to me. As a winner of the Holy Grail War, why is he still here? He has a wish granted to him, so why does he just claim the Grail? Why have someone else do it instead? An excellent question. The answer is that I can't. If it's the Holy Grail War, my wish would be rejected. According to the Moon Cell, my existence is considered nothing more than an irregular data stream. I can fool the low-level processes, but if I access the core, I'll be seen as an NPC and immediately deleted. My victories would mean nothing. I need a legitimate master, someone who can make my wish a reality. Any irregular data would be deleted. That would mean... What emotion did her words express? A mumbling sound much more like a dejected sigh. Ronnie stares at me, her eyes wide in shock and horror. That's why I've stopped here. I've been watching for years, at the gate to the core, waiting for one who I deem worthy. Upon reflection, I wasted a great deal of time. I was able to plant the seed of war on Earth from here by manipulating and manufacturing information. But it was a case of too little too late. Also, my methods were unreliable and too small of a scale. With full access to the Moon Cell's records, and my ability to divine the future, I can bring about Armageddon. Of course, I don't intend for everyone to die. The simple wish to instigate a war that everyone can survive. You can see it through the gate. There lies the Moon's core, an object made of the purest photonic crystal. The results of the simulations of Earth's future run by the Moon Cell are stored as light within the core. The one who reached the core has the right to choose the course of the future from infinite possibilities. I'm sure you understand now. Whoever claims the Moon Cell can manipulate reality as they see fit. This object, which envisioned an infinite number of possible futures, can reshape the fabric of reality. If what he says is true, then the Holy Grail could actually be considered the mind and will of God. Nothing is impossible. It is truly an object of unimaginable power, but infinite possibilities. Yes, you understand. There's many other names, the Photonic Abyss, Angelica's Cage. Take your pick. You have earned the right to claim it as your own. Now, please proceed. Unleash the perfect storm upon the world. To undo the lie and stability, rewrite history, as I have said. Christ looks in my direction, an expression of earnest confidence, a reflection on his face. Almost as if he is sure that I share his beliefs, that war is the answer. This man, while despising war and violence, could not ignore the immediately results of that war brings. This supposed comrade who gained strength through fighting, much like I did, clears a path for me. However... The dead belong only to the past. I cannot accept Twice's view on the future, no matter how logical it seems on the surface. After speaking with Rin and Leo, after all the fighting, I realized that even the stagnant world there are still those striving for change. The world belongs to the living. Mere shades of life like me and Twice have no right to the present or the future. Your conclusion is overly sentimental, don't you think? I expected that, but still, give it a bit more thought. Servant, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Don't you think I'm evil and should be eradicated? Are you seriously trying to win me over? Don't waste your breath. I am wholly committed to my master. That's a reaction solely expected. It's a relief to see whatever the situation, she's always herself. Master, to be honest, I don't really think too much about the consequences when I kill. Even before I was a servant, I killed an untold number of people. I might hold a world record for murder. So, how do I put this? I don't want to say something ignorant like, I'd kill for you. The person I knew is gone. That man from the past, who hated war above all else, has disappeared forever. And though I don't like even thinking about it, if you were to fall, I'd never forget the one who killed you. In this case, I must side with my master. No, I have to admit that you're always right. That you're always been right, master. You need to live your life as you think best, my dear master. And if anything happens, I'll deal with it. As for his servant, it may be a totally different magnitude, but I will win. Her encouraging words erase any hesitation I had. All I have to do now is trust my feelings and move on. I don't understand. Like other humans, you are the embodiment of everything I believe in. That might seem to be the case, but even if we walk the same path, our feelings are maybe complete opposites. I must have died the same incident that took twice, however, I learned a different lesson in my death. Sadly for you, you cannot escape. Only a single master may leave the moon cell once you've made it here. Once the participants have been reduced to one, permission is granted to leave the Seraph. There's one thing I cannot change. The moon cell has made this rule a fundamental requirement for entry. In other words, there's still you and me. As long as both of us exist, neither can escape this place. Yeah, that is true, that's why I'm gonna kill you. Come on, chop chop, move along. So there is no path open to you, but the one that leads to the Holy Grail. And given your capricious nature, I can't relax yet. There's no guarantee your potential will shine through. The world has reached its limit as well. Soon it will be too late to overcome the stagnation of man. However, Twice Peaceman is wrong. If the noble moon cell automatically erased the regular data, I cannot go inside just like Twice. If I go past through the gate, I will be eliminated. And if Twice somehow wins, he will gain nothing. In the end, no one will win this fight. But even knowing that, I am no big on brainwashing, as it can end in self-destruction, but your spirit might survive the process. Doesn't matter to me if you resist. If you want to wish to come true, you'll have to defeat me anyways. As such is destiny. At the end of things, this will be the conclusion we arrive at. Now then, it's time to bring this chapter of the Holy Grail to a close. To the victor go the spoils, and the way of humanity, something will never change.
生死のかかった戦いでこそ人は精神を成長させうる。人類にとって私は悪である。だが生命とは天輪するもの。善を生かすために子に救いをもたらすために私はこの力を授かった。見るがいい、ボンピャクのサーバントよ。ムーンセルがその蔵書から私に与えた救いの姿を。来たれ旧世の英霊。この世でただ一人生の苦しみより下脱した怪盗者よ。
If it is for the purpose of creating the path mankind will follow to Dharmata and thus to enlightenment, then I will come forth to grant salvation to all things and guide them to the might of my Vajra. So that's all he has to say.
世界を救うなんて馬鹿げた考えの行き着く先だったんですね。でも倒さないと神様の助けとかもう時代遅れだし、何より私の新しい愛のために。
Nicely said.
でも私ちょっと足を引っ張ることになっちゃうかもしれません。
Not really. We are over leveled as hell.
その時は助けてくださいね、ご主人様。私は守ることばっかりで一度も守られたいとか思いませんでした。
Yeah, right.
それが間違いだったんです。マスターとサーバントであっても手を取り合ってこその関係です。ですからここは一つ今までで一番のラブ度を見せつけちゃいましょう。ええ、もう過去のことは吹っ切りました。今の私はご主人様一筋。もう他のことなんてどうでもいいんだから。
The words of my servant serve to encourage me, and in the end, Twice was right about one thing. There are more things than conflict can help. There are some things that conflict can help to grow. The most important thing to me is the bond that now exists between me and my servant. Regardless of the strength of the enemy and the consequences failure will have on the future, I won't back down. I will face this one last battle with the one who has been with my side from the beginning by my side. Caster.
やっちゃいましょう。
この戦いをもって私の聖杯戦争は完結する。
Live or die by the sword. Now for real, the end.
行きます。最後の力をマスター。
来なさい、最弱のサーバントよ。彼同様、君の健闘もまた私には誇らしい。
Alright, well, let's go. Let's go ahead and start doing stuff. So, do this, do this. That should stun. I don't think he's as that big of a resistances as the Ishiki, so let's see.
頑張りますね。
Awesome.
私の本気見せてあげます。
Let's see, does he get stunned? He
私
doesn't get stunned, which kind of sucks. He does heal, so there's that too.
よく燃えますね。
He guarded, okay, kind of sucks, but whatever.
恨み上げていきます。
Alright.
立ちなさい、まだ命があるだろう。
Alright, let's go for this, let's go for this. Let's go for this, let's go for, this. No. Let's go for, this. Alright, should probably good.
頑張りますね。ますます頑張っちゃいます。
Oh, that's bad. That wasn't as bad as I
私の本
expected.
気見せてあげます。彫像の出来
Let me guess, you're gonna get stunned now. Of course.
挑戦よ砕け。それ。
Yeah, we got the combo. That's pretty
全
good.
力で来たまえ。
Alright, that's that. Alright, let's go for Ether Fragment. Let's go for the cave. And I guess we can go for this and then go for this. Alright, let's see. I think it should be good.
頑張りますね。ますます頑張っちゃいます。
Should get. We have our thing ready. That's pretty good too. Ah, damn it. Yeah, okay, it's on free. Alright, so let's just go for them. I can go for this right now. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. And then we can do this and this.
お任せください。ますます頑張っちゃいます。恨み上げていきます。私を傷つけられると思っているんですか？
Hot failed.
恨み上げていきます。
Alright, we're good. Let's go ahead and go for a Noble Phantasm.
秘密兵器の出番。
Actually, perfect. Now let's go for this, and I am gonna go with a heal and with the cave. So let's see.
犬猿療法、冥府より尽きることなく。私の本気見せてあげます。秘密よ集え。
There we go.
そうしてくださいね。よく燃えますね。
Nah, he guarded. Sucks.
ますます頑張っちゃいます。
その目も 耳も不要だ。
Oh, come on, twice. Really had to be a dick about it, right?
お話になりませんよマスター。
Alright, fuck it, let's just use an elixir here. And, yeah, you can go for a break, let's go for the, cave. Let's go for, merciful thing. Oh wait, the elixir doesn't actually... Right. For Christ's sake, right, that doesn't do the, fine, remedy, then it is. Alright, let's see, does this work?
頑張りますね。ますます頑張っちゃいます。
It doesn't. What? Oh my god, really? It doesn't heal? Right, fine, I guess I'll use Sakura's lunch then.
バリバリ呪うぞ。ますます頑張っちゃいます。
Yep, there we go.
殴ります。私を
Have to use one of Sakura's
思っているん
lunches.
ですか？
There we go. We got a stun, that's pretty good actually.
よく燃えますね。
Alright, break, break, or attack, attack, whatever.
お話になりませんよ、マスター。
Alright, I'm actually gonna use Merciful Sky, then I'm gonna use an elixir, because we're gonna get hit. And we go for this, and we go for a Merciful Sky again, we go for this, Merciful Sky, and then this. I am gonna go ahead and save just in case.
頑張りますね。
Let's
後
go.
悔してくださいね。
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
私の本気見せてあげます。
Fuck off, my god. Hopefully it stuns him. Oh, I didn't stun him, thank god.
よく燃えますね。
There we go, stun him again.
その目も耳も不要だ。
Oh my god, this guy. Oh, that's pretty much on me right now. Oh man, that's definitely on me. Alright, let's just do this. Not pretty close to the end either, so. Yeah, I'm still.
こんなに嬉しいことはない。
Alright, it should be good. Alright, let's go for this. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. And this. And this. This should be enough.
後悔してくださいね。炎天よ、走れ。
There we go. I can hear the sounds of battle, and though I've been defeated many times, it's still painful all the same. But I have no regrets. Just as life is an endless cycle of war will to endure, you are proof of that. Twice, even who now still holds tightly to his beliefs, slowly begins to fade away like all of the others. But whether he's following his own rules or those of the Moon Cell, I cannot say for sure. Now go and touch the Holy Grail. You'll come to understand many things once you do. Wantonly consuming lives, thriving without a purpose, the future blossoms like a flower on the roadside. Whatever that turns out to be right or wrong, I would like you to see and judge with your own eyes. But if you're both truly righteous or not, see you later. And in an instant, though I saw something that was truly him, but it might have been just an illusion. Without any time to contemplate what's happening, Twice Beastman passes into oblivion. His servant, too, will soon join him in the void. Without exception, all life will perish. All living things are trapped in a cycle of suffering and death. The one who sought enlightenment, through strength and perseverance, still has an untainted soul. But there is more than one path. Just as good and evil have value, the beauty of the world will endure. King of blood-drenched battle, in Nirvana, let us witness the end of the world, for there lies your salvation. With an expression much like his master's, the servant fades away like a flower losing its petals. The only person to have escaped the cycle of suffering, seen in some as a savior of the spirit of humanity. I see now, he did not support Twice's ideals. Instead, he was showing compassion to the soul of the human known as Twice Beastman. With this, it's finally over. The girl's relief is obvious in her tone of voice. However, the ending has yet to be revealed. There remains one last thing to do. The Holy Grail. The world will only come to an end once the victor claims it for their own. That is right, I have forgotten all about that. The smile on Ronnie's face is proof that she has yet to realize that the winner of this war and Twice are the same. The moment I touch the Holy Grail, the Moon Cell, I'll be identified as irregular data and erased from memory. The thought of leaving this girl who finally learned to feel is painful, but some things cannot be changed. However, if I am to be deleted, there should still be a small window of opportunity. Time enough to sneak into a modest wish. To extinguish the remaining fires of war that Twice had set ablaze. To put an end to the senseless bloodshed of the Holy Grail war once and for all. The Moon Cell automaton, the very mind of God, will seal it away so that no one will ever be able to access it again. And also to return her, the last true survivor, safely to her mortal existence. A number of wishes raced through my mind, but I won't have the time to ask for them all. I can only ask for the most important of my desires. But any wish I make will be influenced by the experiences I have gained fighting this war. I make my way to the Holy Grail, the object of both bane and boon to one fortunate enough to survive. Let's go then. As the fallen master, I cannot go with you, but I'll wait here for your return. Please come back quickly. The gentle expression on her face puts my worries at ease, as no soulless doll is capable of a smile that's so alive. Even when I don't return, if I don't return, she can live the rest of her life as a real person, capable of human emotions. And with that, I move on towards the gate without any further hesitation and without looking back. Before me stands the Holy Grail. I slowly extend my hand and place it on the core of the moon cell. Instant I make contact with it, I am drawn inside the Holy Grail. To be more accurate, I am absorbed into it like the water being absorbed by a sponge. In the short time before I'm erased from existence, my consciousness is immersed into the Holy Grail, into the moon cell. I can see everything that exists within it, every piece of information, every observation, every conclusion. The sheer volume of information and ideas stored in the moon cell forms an intricate collage that no human could decipher, though I sense a pattern. In fact, I cannot say that Twice's interpretation of human history as recorded by the moon cell was wrong, for war has always brought change. But this day and age, humanity has mistaken stagnation for peace. And throughout it all, the moon cell continues to silently record what it sees, without ever taking action. After endlessly analyzing the data it records, it files away its conclusion and resumes its role of voyeur. It is there on Earth that the whole of human existence is contained. Whenever triumphs and tragedies befall mankind and their world, the moon cell continues to silently observe and record. It is that strength, that force of existence that Twice failed to see and understand. But now it is not the time to become emotional. I have to tell the Holy Grail what my wish is. Input complete. I was able to enter my wish without a single mistake, I think. Now all there is for me to do is wait till the end of my tenuous existence to come. However, only the time of my death doesn't seem to come anytime soon. Being one of the moons with the moon cell, I share a unique view on time, where infinity can be contained in a single second. So even the briefest moment seems somewhere more drawn out than normal. But even if that's it, even that, it... Huh? You're not being ripped into virtual shreds yet? Could that guy been wrong? I can hear my servant mutter into my ear. While they aren't there in person as part of the Holy Grail, my guess is my servant had somehow slipped and seen into the Holy Grail at the same time I entered. And of course I will stand by my master's side right up to and including the very end. I mean, what kind of horrible wife would I be if I couldn't help my dear master perform their final duty? No matter how weak I may be, I will continue to fight on until my body is turned to dust. So that's what she's doing. In additional presence, the time of the moon cell seems to finish. The elimination process is increased. She came to help me one last time, no matter how the cost to herself. Things never change. However, a delay this long can't be the result of my servant's presence. Something else must be going on. Since I'm connected to the moon cell, it shouldn't be too difficult to find out what's going on. Seems that only a heartbeat, the whole of my consciousness arrives as one long data file. Ah, this data is all about you, right? What does this term mean? Cryogenic storage. The info of this data file concerns a patient with a fatal brain disease that affects memory retention. The only doctor familiar with the surgical process used to treat the disease died in a terrorist attack. Until another surgeon could replicate the procedure, the patient was put into cryogenic storage. If there is a living human that shares my exact identity, then I may be more than random bits of data. There must be the reason why I'm still around. The moon cell needs more time to analyze this new information. But I'm sure that girl didn't come here as a wizard. I'm just a copy of a person trapped in an endless dream. Whenever the case, my fate is almost assured, and I'm sure that my time here is fast coming to an end. However, there remains enough time to send out one final message. And here we go, the end again. How
こ
can
れ
I?
はあなたのデータですよね。
I wonder what will become of Ronnie after I disappear. Will the bond we share compel her to search for me? The girl currently frozen in an endless dream has never met Ronnie, but I'm sure they'll become friends. And even if it turns out she no longer needs me, that'll be okay as well. And that was Fate Extra. For real this time. Yeah, so I was a bit sloppy in these last fights, but mostly because I just wanted to get this over with, so I can get to CCC and not have to reset this fight over and over again. As I think I said before, I like the game a lot, but the combat is so RNG heavy, it's not even funny. I'm really glad they're remaking it. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, here's go the credits. I think I've pretty much said everything that needs to be said. I am gonna go ahead and start with. I'm gonna put this video like the previous one and the previous Fate video and this one right one after another. There's gonna be one more Neo video, and after that, it's gonna be the start of Fate Extra. So look out for that. In probably 2 days' time or something like that. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. I'm just gonna let the credits roll and say goodbye to you in the end. So, see you in a bit, I guess. I'm not sure I follow you. You're not saying there's another you. I'm assuming that's a good thing? But to me, you're the only master that matters, so another you wouldn't affect me one bit. Uh, yeah. If it'll make you feel better, I wouldn't mind serving another master, but for now I'll just concentrate on being with you until the end, master. My servant's faith in me has been unshakable all this time. Their devotion has been overwhelming at times, but right now I'm truly grateful for it. Although I'm relieved to know that there is another me out there, I'm sad that this me has disappeared. The dissolution of my current self has begun. Outside the Holy Grail War, the Holy Grail, Ronnie's voice begins to fade away. As what makes me compresses into a smallest unit of illicit data, I think of my slumbering self. When she wakes up, her memory will be a blank page with no friends or family to help guide her. I wonder how that strange new world will appear to her. Nothing about the past will have any meaning. What am I saying? If that's the only thing to be lost, then it'll be okay. Although I'll miss those I've met along the way, the world will still be hid here, and as long as the path before me remains, I'll continue to walk it. There are no grades given for goals and wishes, no matter how small they may seem to others. As long as I keep moving forward, they'll will eventually come to fruition. As it is desired for that wish to become reality, that will keep you going until the end. I have no worries now. There will always be those who will strive to change the world, those I care about. I'll be able to live with them and eventually move forward into the future with them. I can't believe how promising and hopeful the future sounds. I can't wait for it to arrive. Fin. The end. Yep, I'm actually do want to. Yeah, I actually do want to save this because there's gonna be a bonus thing in Fate Extra CCC. Alright, and everyone, that was Fate Extra. And I think I already said everything that needs to be said in the previous runs. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in Fate Extra CCC. So, ciao.